Welcome to Study Loop.
According to the model used to solve example 2, we're asked what happens as the top of the ladder approaches the ground, and is the model appropriate for small values of y. So in example 2, we were given that the ladder of 10 feet long rests against a vertical wall. The bottom of the ladder was sliding away from the wall at a rate of 4 feet per second. And we found that how fast the top of the ladder was sliding down the wall when the bottom of the ladder was 6 feet from the wall. And so if you draw a figure, looks something like this. We have the height along the wall of the ladder, which is y. We have the length away from the wall, x. And then we have the length of the ladder, which is just 10. Applying Pythagoras' identity to this triangle, well, we found that x squared plus y squared equals 10 squared. Now differentiating this equation with respect to t, we have 2x dx dt plus 2y dy dt equals 0. And so solving for dy dt is equal to negative x over y times dx dt. Now if the top touches the ground, this represents y approaches 0. And so we see that dy dt will approach, well, as y approaches 0, this approaches negative infinity as y approaches 0. Therefore, the rate at which the top of the ladder is falling is infinity. Of course, if you solve for dx dt, well, we have dy dt times y equals negative x dx dt. And from this, it follows that well, since dy dt approaches
But then I was like, well, what happened? Like, oh, the news. Yeah, the news is gay. Yeah, stupid. The CIA report today. Yeah, it says that what? The CIA is actually.
well, we have x dx dt approaches 0 as y approaches 0, and therefore dx dt must approach 0 as y approaches 0. So we have both of these limits to consider. So we have the rate at which
War wasn't a mistake. Absolutely. In fact, I think we should have gone harder.
the ladder
We should have taken over. We should have
is
taken
moving
expanded their borders to
away from the wall
and then stage the insurgency after we did that. And then
is 0,
war against the new Iraq,
which means that it's not moving away from the
which is
wall.
the entirety of the Middle East, including Israel, especially. Yeah. Well, if we let goddamn McCarthy,
Of course, both of these results are impossible.
Go in and invade the Middle East after the war ended. Is that what you want to do? Yeah, Patton refused to drink with the Russians at the end of the war. Yeah, he was like, I don't trust these. They're Asiatic.
Therefore, it follows that the model is not applicable for small y.
I guess we could have, but I mean.